Bruce Banner sought quiet, a remote cabin, deep in the woods. He hoped for peace, a desperate, fragile hope. He meditated each dawn, chanting mantras, fighting the beast within, the green rage, the other guy. This constant battle, it wore him thin. His soul felt frayed. He just wanted silence, an end to the thunder. But true peace remained elusive, a phantom he chased. His days were a tightrope walk, one wrong step, one surge of anger, and the Hulk would return. He lived with that fear, a cold companion. It sat beside him, it watched him always. This was not living, it was surviving, barely. He felt so very tired. The nights brought no solace. Sleep was a treacherous country haunted by shadows. He tossed and turned, cold sweat on his brow. The old anxieties gnawed. Memories flickered, painful, sharp. He longed for dreamless rest, for a single night. A night without the monster, without the guilt, without the endless struggle for control. His mind was a fortress under constant siege. He built walls, thick and high, to contain the other guy, to protect the world. But cracks were appearing, tiny fissures at first. He tried to ignore them, to patch them with routine, with discipline. But something new stirred, something darker, something far more cunning. A different storm was gathering. The nightmares grew worse, more vivid, more terrifying. He saw a different Hulk, not just green rage. This one was reptilian, its skin like ancient stone, cold, hard, its eyes glowed, a burning, malevolent red. They stared right through him into his deepest fears. This was no mindless brute, this was calculation. A voice slithered in his dreams, soft, insistent. It whispered of freedom, true freedom, the kind Bruce denied himself. It spoke of power, unfettered, unapologetic. It promised revenge, sweet and total, against all who had wronged them. The voice was seductive. It understood his pain, his buried resentment. It felt like a part of him, a long-lost part. Bruce woke, gasping, heart pounding. The red eyes lingered, burned into his vision. He felt a chilling presence, even when awake. It was a cold dread, a primal fear. This was not the Hulk he knew. This was something else, something ancient, something deeply rooted in his trauma, in his anger. It felt like his very own devil. He fought against it. He tried to dismiss the visions, products of stress, of isolation, but the whispers felt too real, the promises too tempting. A dark seed had been planted deep within his fractured psyche. It was beginning to sprout, fed by his own despair. This new entity, it felt patient, biding its time, waiting for him to break. Far away, others meddled. A clandestine organization, obsessed with power, with gamma radiation. They conducted secret experiments, reckless, arrogant. They sought to weaponize the Hulk's energy, or something like it. They knew nothing of Bruce Banner, not truly. They saw only a formula, a source of immense, raw power. Their experiments pulsed outwards, invisible waves of energy rippling through the earth, through the very air. They were subtle, yet potent, these gamma emanations. They reached Bruce even in his seclusion. He felt nothing physical, no immediate change, but the radiation resonated deep within his cells where the monster was born. These external forces, they acted like a solvent, weakening Bruce's mental defenses. The walls he had built so carefully, so painfully, they began to crumble. Not from direct assault, but from this insidious erosion. His control, once ironclad, now felt brittle, prone to shattering. He was becoming more vulnerable day by day. The timing was terrible, or perhaps perfect. For the entity lurking within, this devil Hulk, it sensed the weakening, the opening. The external gamma waves, they were like a key unlocking a hidden door, a door Bruce had kept bolted for so long. The organization's quest for power, it was inadvertently fueling a darker power inside Bruce Banner. Bruce felt the shift, a profound internal change. The whispers grew louder, more demanding. The red-eyed Hulk, it was no longer just a dream. It felt closer, more tangible, as if standing just behind him, its cold breath on his neck. His own anger felt sharper, more bitter. His despair, a deeper abyss. He was losing himself. The struggle intensified. It was a desperate, clawing fight for his sanity, for his soul. The familiar green Hulk, the one born of rage, he was a known quantity, predictable in his own way. But this devil Hulk, it was different. It was his resentment, his trauma, his intellect twisted into malice. It wanted more than destruction, it wanted dominion. Fear became his constant state, a raw, naked terror. He feared sleep, he feared solitude, he feared his own thoughts. The Devil Hulk was clever. It used Bruce's own logic against him. It twisted his desire for peace into a craving for oblivion. It promised an end to suffering through absolute control, its control. He was on the precipice. The world was in grave danger, more than ever before. If the Devil Hulk gained full control, it would not just smash, it would plot, it would manipulate, it would seek to remake the world in its own cruel image. Bruce Banner's quest for peace, it had led him here, to the brink of ultimate chaos. The devil was rising and Bruce was falling.